The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
Boys, I put more spoons on my ceiling fan. Check it out.
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Hey, can I get your number?
No.
Clickety-click.
Crank up the music. Keep an eye on the back.
This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform or inform. The content on this channel should not be used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice. All footage taken and used from public sources falls under the fair use of the Digital Millennial Copyright Act of 1998. Therefore, no breach of privacy or copyright has been committed. This show is substantially sourced, not affiliated with any community, club, fraternity, or gang. Your cat may vary. I say, moo. Ceiling Fan Man fun fact. A plastic surgeon's office is the only place that is socially acceptable to pick your nose.
tracking continues.
Wow. Wow, hey everybody, it's Friday night. Whoop, whoop. You made it again. You're on the top side of the soil, the correct side of the grass. You're above ground, breathing air. Thank God I'm alive. Pat yourself on the back. You've at least have accomplished that, if nothing else, this week. It's wonderful to be with you all again. I swear these Friday nights just seem to just keep on showing up really fast to me. I don't know, but here we are again, and I got a lot of stuff to talk about, and I think I have one of a great thumbnail, the aliens coming down with ice, acid, see their papers, pretty good, and we'll discuss a little of that and a bunch of other things, and I've got some videos, and if people will remind me tonight, I have the food/Sarah video that I promised you last week, and it didn't. I forgot about it. So hopefully I'll remember this week, and you'll get to see it. Speaking of seeing things, let me find the right clickety click.
Clickety click.
Hey everybody, good to be seen by you all. It's a decent hair day. I'll go with it. And here we are again. Wonderful to see you all. Where do we start? There's a lot going on, and all roads seem to lead to the files, so we'll have to cover that, unfortunately, a little bit. Did you like my little the beginning video? I keep finding these little things, and they're only 10 seconds or so they fit in really good for me. I got this.
Hey, can I get your number?
Nope.
It's just evil, but funny. So sorry, my wife wasn't all keen on that one, but that's my name on the door. Where's the guy?
That's very true.
So, but yeah. Where should we start? Let's see. The room is filling in. Got almost 80 people tonight. Looking good. Thank you so much, Joseph. I really appreciate that. What else do we have here? You're already entertained, Max. That's fantastic. Well, or not Mad Max? No, Mad Pax. Paximus. Mad Paximus. So wonderful. Okay. I think I got everybody. It's not a jerky recipe. No, oh no. That's the other thing. It's really getting hard to discuss food, right? I even have on one of my videos that I made which one was it? It was the Stranger Things video where I played all 3 characters very well, by the way, hoping that maybe that'll make Oscar contention, but we'll see, And in that, I talk about pizza, right? And you can't talk about it anymore, right? It still is, but I can't talk about it. Like that game you used to play. If you were on a desert island and you can only have one food, what would you bring? Well, that doesn't work anymore because you're not supposed to be on an island and you're not supposed to be eating pizza apparently anymore. So I got anybody for that? Anyone back me up here? Where is he? One of these. I'll find the kid. Here,
true. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Here we go. So yeah, so it's weird that has always been like if I could only eat one thing, but I guess I have to go to lasagna or something like Garfield. We'll see. Is that in the notes? I don't know. I haven't even gone through the notes. I refuse to. That we'll talk about that tonight too. And I'm drinking out of my Panda Sus mug that was so lovingly donated to me by one of my listeners. So thank you for that. I don't know. It's kind of see-through tonight. There's no green on. I don't know why it's doing that, but it is what Pandas are sus. So, okay. So let's see. Where should we go? Is this? Why? Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it wasn't my show that made you sick, or this. Hopefully this didn't make you sick. My wife said, "Oh no, you made him throw up again." You got to remember 2 things. I'm an Aries and I'm a Gen X, and you tell me not to do something, and that's the first thing we're going to do. So, sorry about that.
I don't care.
Anyways, okay. And this is the only show that has a barfing tiger. So barfing tiger. Say that 3 times fast. It's food poisoning at the buffet. Yeah, those things are definitely nasty. They could be nasty. Yeah, my wife got super sick at one time. Yeah, so yes, they are sus. All right. Let's see. What's that? Yeah, right. We don't do those anymore. So, oh, good. I'm glad to have another Aries in the town and Gen X's. Yeah, my birthday is coming up next month. So let's see. What is this? Is it cold in California? Is that what you're saying? It's cold here. What did you say it is, Gun? Like 38 degrees or something. 35 now. Yikes. So yeah. Yeah, we're a different breed. We're the ones that survived, Wendy. And there's very little of us on the internet, honestly. Most of the stuff that we did as children and teenagers, it was before the internet was going on great. And so there's like not a lot of photographic evidence of us, which is really nice. We got away with a lot of stuff back then. So, oh, you want forewarning of the tiger? Okay, I will. I will give you forewarning of the tiger. And Karos, Groot is here for the barfing tiger. Nice. So another Gen X. And look at this. We got a lot of Gen X and Aries. Awesome. We should have like our own little breakout room, I guess, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's classic. Yes, it is. You're about to make me do it again, but I don't want to upset that gentleman that had sick last week. What do we got here? Arkansas. Nice. And I saw somebody from Spain. It's just amazing to see all the different places and locations that people are from. It's just wonderful. Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, right. We can't do that anymore, Nate. We got to come up with a different. We can't be on an island. It'd be like if you crash landed where? I mean, anywhere else you would have like sustenance. It has to be an island, right? I can't think of anywhere else you could crash land. But then you have to bring some other food with you. Are tacos allowed? I don't know. I don't know what is allowed anymore. Everything's in those damn files. It's ridiculous. Wow, Jeannie, more Aries. This is fantastic. And you're asking for Valhalla. It's a little early for that. Let me try a little bit more of the show, and then we'll invoke Valhalla, okay? All right. Did I get it? I thought I got another X. There's a lot of X's. All right. And NX. Okay, another X. Leo. All right. We're okay with Leos, right, Jeannie? We got Leos. Yes. Yeah. And one of my favorite avatar names is Crispy Chickens is here. So, yeah. Everyone's going to get hungry now. Okay, I've already found at least, I think, 5 Gen X Aries in the chat, Jeannie. So, doesn't it make sense? Yeah. So, yeah, I do blame my unsupervised latchkey Gen X. I did Sticks of TNT. I didn't realize I was a latchkey kid until much, years later. But that's why I have so much stupid trivia about movies and TV. So there's that. Oops. All right, what else we got here? And he has a master's degree in cartoons. Just amazing. Didn't know that was possible. So, oh gosh, you're going way back. Oregon Trail. Yes, I remember that. Do you remember the one, that first Apple one, where the guy you would dig a shovel and these monster apples would come at you and they had to fall in. Then you had to hit them with a hammer on the head and they fall down. Anyways, lost half the audience already with these discussions. So let's see. I think we should start the show here. Okay, wait. Gen X from Jersey and the late night crew. Hola, amigos. Tiene 3 años en la escuela. Estudia español, pero no use, no recuerdo más. So, but it's good I like to practice it. So I'll try to do more when I can offline. Yes. Hello. Whatever. You're the tail end of X. Okay. All right. Well, good here. I'm getting lost in the chat. Here's another one. Where is it? Someone just said hi. There we go. Oh, it's Jenny. Hey, Jenny. All right. Oh, now they're all. We got X. Got another X. Gemini, Capricorn X. The boomers want to get a little love. Okay, we'll give them a little love, but the X's have it. So, yeah, we did. We got away with everything. Yeah. We had no cell phone. What's that? Yeah, I'm doing. We had no cell phones, and nobody could get a hold of us. It literally was that joke. It was like come back when the streetlights came on kind of thing. And yeah, so yes. Where yes, whatever you're saying. I agree. I can only hear parts of what you're saying, but so yeah, I covered some of that. It's not even it's gone. I to me, Star Trek only consists of the original series and maybe the Next Generation and some of the older movies. And that's about it. But yeah. Anyways, we can't keep going on this because again, half the audience will be at least lost. All right, and you're Gen X too. Okay. You're a millennial Virgo. Okay, nice. Oh, nice. I like that. Renaissance. Nice. Renaissance. We like Renaissance Levi. So yeah, it is another psyop for the young mind, isn't it? The Oregon Trail. More nonsense BS. So yeah, it was a psyop. Okay, now you're really going deep. Castle Wolfenstein. Oh, what a great game. What a great game. You go through a castle and you had to kill Hitler. Although nowadays, when you translate what he had to say, anyways, I'm moving on. So you're getting me down the wrong rabbit holes. Let me get out of the chat. Okay, we're good. Let's see. Let me pull up some of these beginning things. We'll get into this here. And past this, you're tardy. How's that? Clickety click. We'll go here and here and here and here. And what do we have here? First off, I just love it whenever people send me these stories. It's nice to be proven right, because I keep saying that not all birds, I'm not one of those, but there are some birds that I believe potentially are angelic beings of some kind. And then there are some birds that are obviously drones. And once again, here's another story. Russia's using neural chips to turn live pigeons into drones. Proven right yet again. So, okay. Oh, you know what? And Trish is writing about hit the like button, and thank you for that. And also, I'm going to throw this in here. I have this channel. It was my backup channel, Ceiling Fan Man 2. It doesn't have much on it right now, but I'm going to be putting more stuff on it that I don't have on this channel. And I'm going to put it in the chat here. Clickety click. And Rumble, I'll have to throw it over there in a minute. I can't get to that one from here. But if you get in there and subscribe to it, and eventually I'll start putting new content on there, stuff you haven't seen. Okay, let's see. So we got that. And for right now, the soap store is on hiatus. And we have sent out, or I'm the shipping department, I've sent out all of the orders.
There's one we're still working on. It might not have gotten to her.
Oh, there's one that we're still working on?
We mailed it, but it.
Right, it went out, but you haven't received it yet. They'll probably get it this week or next week. Okay. All right, let's see. And of course, you know, these are going on. I got to discuss it, the Olympics. And I'm not stupid enough to show this and get a copyright strike and have it taken down. But I wanted to show this because to me, if this isn't a great example of never give up, I don't know what else is. So you've got these speed skaters going around, right? And they're fighting it out. And you got this one lone skater here that obviously there's no way he's getting any kind of medal. But he still has to finish the race. And maybe he has faith that he could possibly somehow win. But there's no way unless every single skater in front of him is eliminated, like in a giant crash like that. And he wins. He gets the gold. And he's an Aussie. Good eye, mate. Isn't that great? Yeah, I think that's wonderful. Every single skater, they all crashed at once. And there he goes. So imagine look at their faces. Oh crap, we just lost. And that guy's winning. Like he's the only one because he wasn't skating fast enough. This guy can't even get back up. He's trying to get back up. That's fantastic. So good on you, Australia. I don't have any other Australia sayings in the top of my head other than that's not a knife. But yeah, that's fantastic. So yeah, wonderful. So never give up. That's a good story right there. Never give up. And, you know, I showed one to my wife the other day. It was fascinating. they had a speed skating thing where I get all my news from Twitter. I don't watch the Olympics live, but I get them on here. And they had a speed skating person that lapped everyone and then just stayed in the pack again. So by the time they went around the track enough times, they blow a whistle or a bell that signifies you're on the last lap. But it was only that one skater. The rest of them still had a lap to go because he had already lapped them. They didn't know it or didn't realize it. And so they all just skate like crazy, thinking they've won. And then they realize they've got another lap to go, and he easily skates in and wins it all. So it's kind of fun. All right. And what else do we have? Then, of course, you can't talk about the Olympics without showing the Canadians as they cheat on, what is this? What's this shuffleboard thing called? I forget. Not luge. That's where they go down. It's the chat will figure it out, but it's some kind of curling. Thank you, Joy. Wow, you're faster than that. And crispy chickens and sugar cube, curling. Okay. Yeah. So the Canadians cheat where you're not supposed to touch it after you let it go, and he sticks his finger on it and flicks it in there, right? And then of course he doubles down, and I'm not going to play it because he just curses up a storm when they call him out on it. I think it's Switzerland or something. They call him out on it, and the guy's like, I didn't do that, and they show him the video. Yeah, good story, bro. Right. Yeah, that's just like the same guy. You lie, and then you catch him on video. And but I think it's funny then, because the internet, it's the place that people love to just like completely troll, and they've taken this and put it into the God and Adam painting. I thought that was probably my favorite one. And where else they put it on a stamp? Of course, the girls, and here they switched him, put him up there. So yeah, anyways, it's pretty funny. So what's next? Oh yeah, somebody asked me, do you think that this is the same face? I don't know what's happening in the world. I don't know how many they're different. Yeah, the chat is booming for Ice for Truth. I can't. Just the tip. Nice, Sugar Cube. That's funny. But I don't know. They prove to you in other countries they use doubles and they insert different people. That definitely does not look like the same face. I don't think in 10 years, even with adrenochrome, you can adjust a face that much. So, but what do I know? She has vampire. Yeah, she does have vampire teeth. Good catch. Look at that. They changed. They're totally different teeth. Yeah. What the heck? Oh, the cat's here, but she's off screen. She's right behind the camera and the monitors, and she knows I can't reach her there. So, you going to come over here, kitty? Come here. No? All right. Maybe later. Okay, enough with that. This is just because I have this Ceiling Fan Man commercial that I made a long time ago with the for mug that they don't even have in the store anymore. And in it, I said I would make an NFT. I don't even know how to make those things. And the fact that this dude bought one in 2021, this thing, for $635,000, he paid for this allegedly. I think it's just money laundering stuff. And today it's worth $155. So we got another Aries and Gen Xer just showed up. It looks like. If that's the case, where's my? Let's see. Where are you? Clickety click. There we go.
I don't feel turdy. I don't feel turdy.
That's for anybody else that just rolled in the door. But yes, you're right. It is now it's worth nothing. But if those things are only worth whatever someone's willing to pay for, and I'm with you too. What is even an nano? It's some type of drawing or painting or animation or something, and it's a one of a kind somehow. I don't understand how it can be one of a kind. If you show it online, can't anyone just make a copy of it? Whatever. And you're not tardy. Excellent. As long as you don't feel tardy. What's that, hon? Nothing. She just wanted to say nothing. Okay. How's everyone doing? I'd like to throw that one in there. Yeah, do I have to retire this one? I always say that I believe we're in the little season.
Sorry. Pizza.
I wonder if I have to retire that one. We'll have to see how this goes. So, okay. Let's see. Get back into the screen share. That's where we were. Okay. All right. So we got rid of that nonsense. And this one just, the joke writes itself. So for those of you following along, this satanic person, Billie Eilish, went on the Grammys and said that there's no one's illegal on stolen land. And then this guy from, once again, our Australian friends said he left Australia to go and camp out in her house and take it over. And he went there and he had some funny videos that he posted online. And then he alleges she called ICE on him and had him thrown out of the country. And now they're saying, no, he didn't. But I don't know. It just sounds like they're trying to cover this cover story because she, apparently James Cameron, the guy that does all the Avatars and Titanics and stuff, he did some kind of movie about her, like her concert. And now it's not going so well. She's sort of fallen into that Snow White territory where everyone just kind of dislikes you. So he's trying to step away from the project and they're trying to quiet her down, I guess. So anyways, that's going on there. So there's part of your ICE story, I guess. And what is this? This just sounds, I mean, we're at science fiction movies at this point. This person says it sounds awesome. I think it's kind of terrifying. I don't know what's going on. Scientists have unveiled a groundbreaking living building material. It's embedded with a, what is this? A cyanobacteria, however you say that. I'm sure I said it perfectly. They capture CO2 through the sunlight and self-reinforces over time. A house that repairs itself by using CO2. Wait, I thought CO2 was bad. Anyways, so yeah, so they've got this material. I'm sure that's an AI cartoon, but it's as real as NASA's photos, right? And so it's going to, you'll have a building that lives off of some kind of weird bacteria and CO2. What could possibly go wrong? What's next? Let's see. And then this, researchers have extracted a bacteria from an ancient ice cave. They see that the ice is back in the news. See that? Yeah. And they say it's resistant to antibiotics. Now, I saw this. I read the book and I saw this movie. It was called The Andromeda Strain, right? Then they find that one on the ice or something. Michael Crichton, I think, wrote that one. So anyways, it's supposed to be no bueno. But they're just repeating the stories. I swear AI is writing everything now. And I have a whole section of AI that we're going to get into because it's quite crazy, all the AI stuff that's happening now and how advanced it's getting on us. What's this one? Oh, yeah. And there's a super bloom going on, a rare rainfall in the driest place on Earth. Death Valley has a desert super bloom going on. I mean, if this isn't a sign of the end times, I don't know what this is. Oh, I'm just kidding. Isn't that wild? So, yeah. It does it every year? No, I think it does it only like every 10 years. I don't know. I could be making that up. But in any case, it's pretty wild. All right, so that's enough of that. Meanwhile, conspiracy theorists win again. California has now approved a bill to what? Purchase the burned Palisades land for affordable housing. So your house is gone. You can't get it rebuilt. Insurance may or may not give you some money and you're out. And then the government takes it over. What is it? How's it go? It's controlled demolition and organized relocation. What? No, I think it's right. I think strategic relocation. Okay, we'll do it again. We'll edit that out. It's controlled demolition and strategic relocation. Oh, I messed it up again. But I talked with Dave. No, not Dave J. Was it? Oh shoot, I'm mixing up my people. Or is he the one that says that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was right. Dave J says that. But I've got a thing on my channel about the fires. I did. Let me find that. What's that? Yes. Let's see. Let me find that again. We'll go here. Clickety click. It's this one. And it's a live show. And it's down here somewhere. Real interesting gentleman I did a show on, and he had a lot of information that we covered that day. Geez, I can't find it. How far? There it is. Fired Up with Jamie Lee. It's skip the ad. Oops. Okay. What's going on here? Oh, we don't want to play this show. I just want to show it. All right, computer. We're not on the days of Star Trek quite yet, are we? Okay, so let's see. Clickety click. Oh, copy that. Here we go. This one, and oops, and this one. It's this show here. It's called Fired Up with Jamie Lee, and we go over the wildfires. And the thing is this was actually the last interview he gave because he passed away after this. So I'm not going to get him on again, but fascinating man. His channel was called All Plain Truth, and I think he had like 20 of them at some point because he kept taking them down, and then he would just make a new one. But some really interesting. It was a fun show. It's about 3 hours, so you know you can watch it in stages or something. But it was pretty interesting, I feel. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get back over here. We'll cover her in a minute. Okay, so that's California wildfires. So yeah, it's sad that he's not around to see it because it's like coming to fruition, basically. The stuff that we were talking about. Okay, and what's next? Oh, so the stories they want you to think about, it's definitely not the files. It's this one about this Savannah Guthrie. And unless you've been living under a rock, not Iraq, but Iraq, this lady allegedly, first, I think she had some kind of surgery on her throat, so she was off of her interview show, and the ratings went up. So then, after that, her mother got kidnapped by some kidnappers. The whole thing sounds very odd, very sus, as we say on this channel, and so they're still looking for her mother, apparently. Meanwhile, she wrote a book, and in the book, she describes how they used to play the kidnapping game, right? Didn't everyone play that at your house? Didn't everyone play kidnapping game? And so they would actually her cousin, let's see, who'd they kidnap? I think they would kidnap her and some other of her cousins. And yeah, like the whole thing, load them to a station wagon, drive them on a road trip, call from a payphone. The mom, that's supposedly the one that's been kidnapped, would pretend to play along and drive up to retrieve them. So they've done this multiple times, I guess, playing the kidnapping game, right? Isn't this weird? Like, I swear AI is writing the stories now because the news stories are just so ridiculous at this point. They're just a parody of themselves. So you have that. They played the kidnapping game. And then Did she have some kind of serum to save mankind? They've commissioned helicopters to find the signal from the missing mom's pacemaker.
Scan for Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker. The search now entering week 3.
Like, when have you ever heard of them using helicopters to scan for? I mean, I saw it. What was it? Blue Thunder. That was a pretty cool movie, if I remember back in the 80s with Ray Schreider. Right, catch you later. That right, and but they could see through walls with that helicopter and stuff. So I don't know. They've had this technology. I guess when have they ever used it? They're using it for pacemaker signal. I don't even understand that. Does each pacemaker signal have a certain frequency? Do you know that, Jeannie? You were a nurse. It's just so ridiculous. I mean, you can't even make a joke about it. The whole thing's a joke. And if that's not enough, but wait, there's more. He's never said that. They're doing the whole O.J. Simpson repeat of a glove. So they found a glove near the home and they also have this weird video of a masked man,
in a statement
and he apparently, this glove that's in the video, for some reason he decides to just toss it at the scene, and I guess they're getting DNA evidence from it. I don't know. It's such a joke. But this is what they want you to be all upset about. And, because we're like fish, they say, right? Our attention span is like 8 seconds or something. Squirrel, what's the new PSYOP thing that we want to discuss? They got so many coming so fast. Like the guy that did the hockey rink thing, that's like just vanished. That one's over with. That one came and went so far, so fast. So, so they want you to think about this, and then, but everyone's obviously, we're good on that. Talk about these files. And here's the thing about the files. Let's go to the files. All right. Let's see. Where y'all got? Yeah, it's fictional funds. Didn't they pay it in crypto? Oh, hon, you watch this guy. That guy, flat earther, fittest flat earther. He says Wayne Brady plays Michelle Obama. You have to look at that one, okay? Yeah. So, who's Wayne Brady? Let's see. Wayne Brady. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's see. Versus Michelle. Let's see. They have images side by side. Let's see. All right, let's see. See if I can show you this. Clickety click. All right. What do y'all think? That's at least a closer smile than that other picture we were looking at earlier. What do you think, hon? Is it a track? It looks pretty. Look at that one. That one's really good. Put some different hair up here. That's funny. Yeah, teeth definitely match. The other one looked like a vampire teeth. All right. He might be onto something on this one. Just saying. I don't agree with all the ones he does, but once in a while, oh, yeah, there he is. This is Michelle Obama, Wayne Brady. So, yeah. That's funny. I like it. Okay. All right. How do we get out of this? Clickety click. So, okay. You're born in 84? I was graduating high school in 84. Oh, jeez. So, you know what I heard? You guys want to really feel old? Some lady was saying she told someone, a younger person, that I got to go down to the bottom of the chat. I'm way up there. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Oh, good to see you, Gabby. Did you just get here? Because I'm going to have to hit you with the tardy button, just in case. So, what's this? There you go.
I don't feel tardy.
And if it wasn't you, it was someone else. So, what are we talking about? We're talking about Michelle Obama. Oh, I forgot already. But yeah, let's see. Let's get back into this. See where we're at. Clickety click. All right. Oh, that's what it was. We're going to go over the files. So you've got class of 92. Oops, wait, no, Dr. What is it? Boy, the chat's flying. How do I? There you are. Class of 92. 82. A few years older than me. So, but yeah. Okay. Where are we at? Files. Everyone wants to talk about the files, except the government. They don't want to talk about the files. And so everything seems to be in the files. It's insane. It's like maybe this Epstein character, because I believe the fallen ones are still here with us, obviously. And so maybe Epstein is just like some like version of Satan. There's some demon here on earth, because everything seems to be connected to it. There, you can't, like, seriously, you can't throw a subject at the wall without finding it's on the Epstein files. I don't go through them. I just get my information looking at what people have gone through. As I've said before, I totally believe there's a spell to it. Most of the files, the pictures and stuff that are all redacted. If you were on Twitter, or not even Twitter, my wife and I are trying to remember the name of the site really before YouTube. Was it through Facebook? I think it might have been Facebook Live or something back in the day. Wasn't that? It was something else. Maybe the chat knows. But we'd watch people like, was it Isaac Cappy? And who are the ones in Arizona? There was a whole group of them out there that were saving children out there, finding stuff and whatever. And all this stuff was been out on the internet forever, at least the last 8 years, maybe longer. And at that time, when it first started tearing up the airwaves, we thought everyone was going to wake up to it, and we were calling it all out to people. And that's how I lost a lot of friends and relatives and stuff, because they didn't believe it. And so now it's come back around again. And again, it's not on, let me get out of this screen for a second. It's not on the like mainstream news. It's just once again on the internet. And but it is hitting some mainstream news. They are talking about it on some level. But the stories are so horrific. That's why I don't read it. I've seen the pictures and the videos, and I'm done with that. It's such darkness on some of this stuff when you go down this particular rabbit hole. It is part of the awakening process, but if you have a way of doing it without seeing the stuff that's on there, I highly recommend it, because it's no bueno. It's not good to have in your thought process. And I think that's where the spell lies, because the things they discuss are so horrific that we don't want to listen to it. We don't want to accept it. And so that's part of this spell cast, is that they'll throw this out there, get in everyone's mind that this horrific stuff is going on. And they're like, all right, let's get pitchforks and let's take care of business. But like, how are you going to, who are you going to arrest? You know, if everyone's in on it, where's the guy? Where is he? Everyone. The people that would need to arrest the people you want to arrest are the people that are in on it. It's like if you go up, say, the president, who's going to arrest the president? If you go to the vice president, it's like, who's going to arrest the congressman? They're not arresting each other. They never have. They never will. For like 10 years plus, Trump said he was going to arrest Hillary for different things. Never did. And then he talked about how great they are. I mean, the whole George Carlin bit is like, there's a huge club and we're not in it. They have more in common with each other than they'll ever know with us. They just, that's how it's always been, and voting is like, for me, it's Santa Claus, writing a letter to Santa at this point, because they put in whoever they want. Now, I still believe on a local level, you can get, something done. Maybe if it's just your local city or whatever. Let me fix this screen. It's going all wonky. There we go. You can go on a local level, maybe do a difference, but that's about it. Once you get, what do you call it? Governors and higher, maybe even mayors, they're just selected. There's not much you can do. And so, they put this horribleness out there, and then we're like, okay, what do we do with that information? You can't get anything done. So you go and you pound it down on the keyboard and you go, oh, I'm so mad at this and I'm so mad at that. Or you go out on the street corner, or you scream in the woods, or I think they're screaming at the beach now and stuff. It's like, okay, if it helps you feel better, but it's not going to change anything. All we can do, there's two things we can do. We can just change the little world that's around us, and we can pray and know that God's going to sort it all out. That's all we can do. You can't go, who are you going to fight? What castle are you going to go storm? Like, where are you going to do this? So part of the spell, I believe, is the futility of it all. But the fact that everything's in these files now. How about Ted Kaczynski? Remember this guy, the Unabomber? He What does this say? It says they were friends. Got wounded by a Unabomber attack. Wrote to Epstein about a small. Anyways, they were friends. Everything goes. Everything relates to these files. Everything. This thing here, the ditch, says FedEx has deleted the invoices from Epstein's account that were used after his death. Some of them as recent as 2024. Who's using his account? We talked about last week. Someone's playing his Fortnite, right? And then they had Pokemon Go on the island, which they just shut down. Doesn't that have tracking of everybody that used it? Of course it does. And nothing's happening to these people. No one's one person, not even from this country, is supposedly getting arrested, right? But over here, nothing's going on. How about Atlantis? Did you know that's in the files too? There's apparently a sunken city off the coast of Cuba that's referred to as Atlantis in the files. I mean, pick a subject, throw it at the wall, and it's in the files. And then, of course, this one just keeps rolling around in my head. Apparently, there's writings about Bitcoin connected to him and the CIA. But of course, the actual quote unquote real story, it was founded by a gentleman named Satoshi Nakamoto. This is why I don't trust crypto. It could be zero tomorrow. It's only worth what someone else wants to pay for it. There's no product from it. You can't hold it. You can't see it. And if you don't have internet or power, you don't even own it. It's just, there's nothing you can do with it. I mean, I don't see where you're buying houses and cars. I don't know if people are accepting it yet. But overall, I think they said if you bought Bitcoin in the year 2021, it's worth the exact same amount or less possibly than it is right now. So I definitely don't think that's a place to store any wealth that you might have occurred. But what do I know? I'm not a financial advisor or any of that. I'm just a talk show host on YouTube here. There you go. But yeah, isn't it interesting? The guy's name is Satoshi Nakamoto, but nothing to see here, right? Yeah, the world plays with their hopes. That's what they did. This crypto, they made it sound like it was the lottery. Like any day now, you'll be a multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire, whatever. And no, they just mess. Because the other thing too is this: the crypto coins, they go 24 hours every day of the week. So you could go to bed with, a whole bunch of money in your crypto account and wake up and it's all gone. I mean, it can happen in a nanosecond, just like the moon. We'd go back in a nanosecond, but we've lost that technology. So, and we'll cover that too. We're going back to the moon, apparently, finally. You're going to the chickens? We're going to the moon. You're going to the chickens. We have chickens. That's where real wealth is. Eggs. All right. What's next? And here's the thing where he was talking about pandemics, where he says, let's discuss the next steps, how to officially involve the WHO and the CDC, and I hope we can pull this off. And this was a few years before we actually had one, allegedly. Isn't that interesting? Nothing to see here, just more coincidences. What's this one? They talked about marijuana. This will excite my audience. So apparently marijuana's in the files. They were speaking about how people who smoke marijuana are harder to manipulate. Why? Because it makes them open-minded and question things more. Whereas alcohol does the opposite. That's why alcohol is promoted heavily while marijuana is demonetized or demonized. And then, I got to get rid of the ticker. There we go. So I thought that was interesting. So, yeah, I remember when we first moved out here, we went to Hemfest in Seattle. What a trip that was. It had just, I don't know, hundreds, thousands of people there. And just all having a good old time. And they had even like brownies and things like that, all that stuff there. And the thing that impressed me was there was 2 cops we saw the entire event, and they were sitting down with their feet up. Whereas if you had like a beer garden with, say, even just 100 people, I guarantee you there'd be like fights and assaults and vomiting and all kinds of stuff. So, the pot smoking people were just laying out on the grass listening to music. It's pretty funny. So, all right. So there's that, and everything in moderation. That's the way I see it. How about that? And then the funniest thing, I'm not going to, obviously for copyright issues, but the ladies on The View, ladies, they were all about, put everybody that's on the files in jail. And then they've been having multiple episodes, I guess, because he's on the files and he's on the files, and they're backpedaling and saying, well, I just probably went to a party. Well, isn't that what they all say? And I just was, happened to be there and I'm listed on the files. Isn't that what they all say? So, it's rules for thee, but not for me kind of thing. So, so it is hitting mainstream on some level, but still it's not like nothing's happening. Nothing happening the last time. Nothing's happening this time. All it is, it's a constant reminder that there's evil in the world and that you can't do anything about it. And that's where I think the spell lies, is to try to make people feel defeated about it. So, nice cough. What is this? Oh, and this story doesn't get, if it can't get any worse. So this lady is supposedly, I think she might be the gal in the picture. And does anybody know, is this a Mandela effect that I found, or am I just misremembering? I swear that Epstein's partner was named Giselle. And I've even looked it up, Gisselle. And it switches over to Ghislaine. Like, I don't know. It's a completely different name for me now, but everyone's just going with it. And so if you type in Giselle, you get, did you mean Ghislaine? But there's still sites that come up with that other one. I don't know. Maybe it's a Mandela. Maybe it's just me. But in any case, so in this photo, I believe this is supposed to be her with Prince Andrew. He's the only person allegedly that has been arrested, right? He's not even from this country. But what the weird connection is, if you go, who's interviewing her? Oh, look, it's that lady again. It's what's her name? Guthrie, the one whose mom got kidnapped. Meanwhile, this lady who calls out Prince Andrew and says that he's one of the ones that S8'd her, right? Then she gets hit by a bus. I think that's what this first picture is. Survives that, and then decides to self-harm herself to an extinction. That's how we'll say it. Conveniently, unfortunately. So, I don't know. Everything's just connecting. Even now, Guthrie's with connections to the files, right? That's so ridiculous. All the stories are connecting. Then you got this. Here's the actually guy that got arrested. It's Prince Andrew. And I don't know why J.D. Vance was one of the ones that helped haul him away. But they got a photo of him. That is probably my favorite picture of J.D. Vance. And years from now, people won't even know what he looks like, I think. But that's actually a real photo. That's what he looked like in the car as they drove away. So that's Prince Andrew, or formerly known as Prince Andrew, right? Isn't that what they did to Prince? He didn't want the name of the company, so he called himself formerly known as Prince, or he made it a symbol that no one could. It's probably some sigil, but he made it a sigil no one could pronounce. So that's the only guy they've arrested so far is ex Prince Andrew. And but then of course they love their numbers. So I don't know if you remember this, but allegedly there was some kind of scare that scared the royal horses, and this one got injured and was running through the streets covered in its own, injury. And this all went down 666 days before he was arrested. And he was arrested on his 66th birthday by 6 police officers. But what do I know? It's all just coincidences. What's this one? Are you going to release all the files? No, aliens. I think that I showed my wife, there was a comedian that like 6 months ago that said, I think we're just one Epstein story away from finding out the aliens are real, because it's the whole distraction thing. You don't want to talk about this. Like, didn't he say, are we still talking about this? So now we're going to talk about aliens. Allegedly, Obama was on a couple of different shows, and he made a comment that basically he was saying that aliens are real, but he can't say more than that. So, of course, immediately Trump jumps on that and says, he's releasing secrets. And so people started asking it like they haven't asked before. So then he writes, based on the tremendous interest shown, I will be directing the Secretary of War. I like that's one thing about this revelation of what's going on right now. At least we're not hiding that anymore. We were called the Secretary of Defense, but let's face it, we weren't defending anyone. We just declare war on different countries depending on how we feel. We've either occupied or invaded pretty much every country on the globe, the earth, the world, the flat plane, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we're the muscle of the world. We're the bullies. And we're seeing completely different on some of these countries that we go there to save them with democracy by bombing them. But I digress. Based on this, he'll be directing the Secretary of War and other departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing the government files related to alien life, blah, 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 blah. So it's exactly like they said. Distraction. We're not going to, maybe the outcry would be eventually the public would say, hey, here's all these people, what's going to be done? But instead, we're worried about is Nancy Guthrie's mom's pacemaker giving off a signal to the helicopter. And, the aliens are finally going to be unleashed on us. And if you go back far enough on truth channels, there's a famous thing, I forget who it is that was discussing it, but he says that of all the cards that the elite are going to play, the last one is the alien invasion. And isn't it convenient? We're at the stage now of the internet and AI and stuff where you can't tell a real quote video from a fake one. It's the perfect time. Because I've always said the alien invasion, we're not going to see it like Independence Day, where we're going to look up and see it over our houses, where everyone's going to be on these screens like they always are. They're going to see it on TV or on their phone or wherever their internet is. And it's going to be so easy to fake, because the people that run this place, they don't like paying for a lot. They don't like spending money. And so it'd be easy to just run it on the internet. What's next? They did it out here. They had one, what do you call it? New Year's Eve or New Year's Day or whatever, where they shot fireworks off of the Space Needle. But what you saw on TV was different than what was actually happening. There was AI on the TV broadcast to make it look more spectacular. So they're doing it now. We just don't realize it. They've been doing it for a long time. And the fact that they're leaving it, they're sending out all these, 3 million, 6 million documents out, however many they're going to eventually put out. And I'm saying nothing's happening. And then you can flash back to this. You can look this up. I don't know if you're old enough. But they had the Panama Papers. And the Panama Papers came out and revealed that all the rich people in the world are part of an enormous criminal conspiracy to dodge taxes, hoard stolen wealth in offshore accounts, and nothing happened. But I like this person that wrote, not true. The reporter behind the story, Daphne Caruso Gazella, was unalived. So it's happened. It's happened before, and it's happening now. And I'll be shocked. I would love to come back one of these shows and can you say eat crow anymore? Is that on the files? But and apologize for being completely wrong if I am. Unfortunately, I just don't feel that way. So we'll see. We'll see. What's this one? Yeah. And I try to get this off of the whole Spider-Man meme, but Grok couldn't do it. So I'll just read it off of this. And this person wrote, the Epstein files are both real and the PSYOP designed to create mass chaos and confusion while making it seem like there's no hope for any aspect of the current system. A perfect solution or candidate or new method of governing will soon appear, and will likely be what we need to finally do away with all the people, with all of this, and the people will quickly accept it. That's also part of the plan, right? Because that's what the whole what do they call that? You order out of chaos, right? You give them the problem, then you give them the solution. And so the one world religion, the one world government, and here we go. That's the way I see it. What's this one? Oh yeah, this is also in the files. Did you all know this? Do you know this one, hon? Here it goes. Epstein files state they created Neanderthal clones.
Epstein was literally creating Neanderthal hybrid humanoid beings in his underground tunnels and on his island. This was stated in the Epstein files. They're creating beings that look just like this by splicing their DNA and then creating a homunculus that grows on its own in their labs that they have.
And I remember seeing, God, it's got to be at least 10 years ago or so or better. In Russia, there was a guy that had a homunculus in a jar. It was really disgusting. But the Bible talks about as in the days of Noah. And if you're wondering why would God flood the earth and kill every living thing, it's because of this. Everything got corrupted. Like the whole thing was out of order. You're out of order. You're out of order. This whole court is out of order.
And they do whatever they want to these creatures, which I don't even want to know what they did. It had to be horrifying. If you want to read this for proof, here's from the Epstein files that were released in 2026. I am back from Rome. I'm in Vienna now. This is coming from Martin Nowak to Jeffrey Epstein. He said he got a complete Neanderthal genome. Would you like to use this? The two of you could build a Neanderthal person. And so they literally did just that. And they bring the kids that they kidnapped and they torture them by having them interact with these strange homunculus creatures that they created. And the best way to scare someone is by showing them a literal monster at the age of like 3 years old or even.
Yeah, I mean, I might want to keep going on this, but isn't that something? So they say that they're creating these creatures. That was the homunculus one. That's what it actually supposedly looked like. I remember seeing that one in supposedly in Russia. But it's interesting that they're talking about, you know, the not Neanderthal, of course. For me, it's probably Nephilim or some kind of weird DNA that it shouldn't happen. Yeah, sea monkeys. Yeah, right. So, yeah, the next time will be by fire. You're right. I think that happened once already, and I think it's going to happen again on some level. Exactly. So, but yeah, they've got everything on these files. But what I find interesting is so you take this idea where they're messing with. See, I don't know how much they can do in cloning, but I do believe in gene splicing, and I think if you go all the way back to, was it Clinton? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like 92, and he was telling people, he was doing a thing saying that he wants them to stop cloning human trials or whatever until they can figure it out, because I think they'd already done a sheep supposedly, but I think either they already had done their stuff with human cloning or they're still doing it, because just because he comes out and says that doesn't mean they all stop, you know. So but it's interesting. So that comes out, and then I don't know if you all remember, because this is where the UFO thing is hitting off, is there was a thing in Miami. Was it, how many years ago was that? I forget. But there was a ton of police response to this mall, and amongst it, there was this video of, if you can see it, there's a really tall creature walking around back there. Let's see. See that? So that would be more to me like a Nephilim. So if you're taking, either they're coming out and checking, testing the waters, or they're creating these beings again, like they did the last time. It's hard to say, but that's where I believe the whole alien thing's going to be. Get rid of that. Let's go back to you all. That's where I believe the whole alien thing's going to be. It's not going to be from outer space, because as I believe, there's a firmament over us, just like God says. I find it fascinating that people that believe in the Bible, but cherry pick what they want, as far as they can still believe in space, even though like the very beginning of the book says that there's waters above and below and there's a firmament that protects us. So nothing gets in, nothing goes out. We're in sort of like a terrarium. But yeah, I find that fascinating that people still can believe that, even if they're reading the scriptures. I don't believe that. I think if there's any kind of alien creature, it's either from land that we can't see or are not allowed to. I mean, the Garden of Eden is still here. We just can't get to it. There's cherubims and fire and stuff keeping people away from it. And so it's the same thing. The aliens could come from another area of Earth that we can't get to, or some people talk about like they're of a different dimension and somehow they cross through a portal and stuff. And I think not David Spade, who's that? James Spader's with him, helping him get through, or Kurt Russell, one of those guys. I don't know how it all works. None of us do, but that's where I believe whatever aliens are coming through. But they're just wanting you to think that it's all coming from the sky, like War of the Worlds kind of stuff. And I'm not buying it, just saying. So where are we at here? Yeah, I do too. Unless he says it's a parable. I agree. I do. I take it literally. So what is this? I wonder what the mall incident had to do with the pizza files. I don't know. Really don't. It's pretty fascinating times that we live in. So yeah, right. When they told us about that, was the Dolly was the name of the sheep, and they were already doing the humans. They just they've been doing it for years. So okay, let's see. What can we? Okay, well, I've had enough people that have asked for the invoke Valhalla. So let's invoke Valhalla. Where is he? He's somewhere over here. Here we go. Everybody get ready on your shofars. Oh, wait, you got to do it backwards. That's how he does it.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch. And I'll see you in Valhalla.
Yeah, that never gets old. But I like this other one I made. No, what happened to Greenland? See, that's another one. We stopped talking about Greenland. Remember, we were going to go invade Greenland and take it over, and now no.
The United States of America.
Oh, nice. I recognize some of the athletes from this. That's cool. Oh, here's Venezuela.
The United States of America.
Or, no,
the United States of America.
I think they're having like a problem with the broadcast, because that's Canada.
The United States of America.
Why is this happening? Do you know what's wrong?
You're watching the Olympics on CBS.
Let's hear. We can turn this off.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
Me? Nothing. Just hanging around. So, we're going after Iran again? What happened? I thought he was going to take over Greenland, and I thought he was doing, what was the other one? I don't know. Can't keep up with it. It's like he plays that game Risk, but real life or something. It's very bizarre. So, all right. What else do we have? Oh, I know. Let me get some of these out of the way. What do we got here? Clickety click. And you wonder why, like, the mainstream news is not covering these files and stuff. It's because they get talking points, and that's not on them, right? Because they're there to push the agendas that they want to push. You want proof? Here's a compilation. Where is it?
Happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially especially on a birthday.
Well, a child's happiness is priceless, right? Especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday. A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on their birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially when it comes to their birthday.
Absolutely.
A child's happiness is a child's happiness is
well, a child's happiness is
a child's smile is priceless.
A child.
She messed it up, but isn't that nuts? Like they get the same talking points. It doesn't matter what station you're watching. I don't know how it works, but it goes out to all of the franchises at once.
Child's happiness is
Operation Mockingbird, exactly.
You know, a child's happiness is
a child's happiness.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take
Economic factors may take some.
Economic factors may take.
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
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 Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Says, yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
President, earlier this year you told us you'd ordered your administration.
Anyway, so that's where you can see that's how we get our quote news. It's all just AI, I think, is writing it now, tapping it out and sending it to all these different affiliates. And they only produce and put what they want you to see. So where's the other one? What do we have next? Oh, and packaging. I showed this to my wife. We couldn't believe it. The packaging now has gotten out of control. As prices of stuff have gotten so ridiculously high, the companies are now marketing and packaging their food differently. I saw someone that bought, what was it? Mac and cheese. And it says there was supposed to be like 3 servings, and she made it, and there was two and a quarter maybe. And then there's other ones that the bags of whatever, the chips and the beans and all that, they're all getting smaller amounts, but the packaging looks the same, you know? And look at this one's literally nuts. Look at that. I think this one's in China. That's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. So, all right. What's next? Get rid of that one. Clickety click. What else do we have? What's this one? Oh, this is going on with
2 weeks ago, y'all gave Democrats in Virginia complete control. And in those 2 weeks, not only have they passed more than 50 new taxes, but they've also given themselves 150% raise. Is this what you voted for? Let me just tell you some of these taxes. So first off, they added additional local sales tax. They added new personal and property tax on electric leaf blowers and electric landscape equipment. So if you went green instead of using the gas powered, you're about to pay for it. There's a new employer tax, delivery tax, which will hit you if you use Uber Eats, DoorDash, Amazon, an investment income tax, an event tax, a concert tax, a storage facility tax. So if you have stuff in storage, you got to pay an extra tax for that. A gym membership tax. Can't have y'all getting healthy or anything. A dog walking tax and a dog grooming tax. Counseling tax, you know, for those of you that are seeing a therapist. New digital personal property tax. They haven't given us the details on that one. A new car tax, a used car tax. They're adding an additional hotel tax, a dry cleaning tax, a home repair tax, a vehicle repair tax, and to round it all off, statewide speed cameras. And then remember, for all of their efforts, they gave themselves a 150% raise.
Right? Perfect. What's this? You saw the papers, please, and I got you. Okay, good. I'm glad. Welcome. Glad you're here. So yeah, isn't that something? And out here in Washington State, they're talking about putting in state tax and a bunch of other taxes too. So, and I here's something. If you're blessed enough to be able to have a house, you've been watching the price of it go up, the value of it. But I have no plans on ever moving. And so watching it go up, all that does is just keep raising the property taxes and make it so, they're trying to like oust us from our home, basically. It's gone up so much in the last 5 years. I can't even comprehend it. And so when people ask Trump about that, he's like, because it also makes it so the people that want to buy a home can't afford it because the housing market's so ridiculously outpriced. And he's like, well, I just want to make sure that the people that have houses don't lose their equity. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking at lowering my property taxes in some way because they keep taking more and more and they're misusing the stuff they have now. We just had a school board tax go through the county out here and they got more money for what? There's such a gluttony or bloat of administration jobs and stuff. People, we don't even understand what they do. And they're making, 6 figures and up. Doing what? I don't understand. So, yeah. Oh, you had to leave? Why? I should say, yeah. We're almost as bad as California. I think California is the worst, from what I understand, but Matt could be wrong. But yeah, it's nuts. I don't understand how anybody is making through with this. Thank you. Yes. If you are enjoying the show, please don't forget to hit the like button, share and subscribe. And I do want to take the time for a moment to thank all of the people that support me through donations, Patreon, and through the memberships. All of that helps, keeps the lights on, and helps pay for our taxes out here. So thank you for that. God bless you. And if you want to do any of that stuff, there's links in all the descriptions, and occasionally Trish throws it in the chat too. So yes, Father, please come quickly. It's getting stupid down here. I agree. But you know what? I also understand, like, for instance, take me. I didn't understand or believe, or I was trapped in this whole matrix thing too until about just 8 years or so ago, maybe less, maybe 10 years. And God is waiting for other people to figure this out. And so for me to say I want it to end quickly, yeah, that's because I'm getting worn out from, thinking about it and talking about it and discussing it. But that's selfish because there's a lot of people that aren't ready yet. And so we have to wait for them, and a lot of our loved ones and family and friends. And so we have to wait. And so that's why we have to be here. And go through this, but we can do it with joy in our hearts. We can find God if you haven't already, and He puts a joy in your heart that you can get through this madness and not be affected by it. At least that's what I feel is happening.
Now, who can argue with that? Robert!
Right? So I'll just continue to put the information out there, and then you decide.
Information's out there. All you have to do is let it in.
All right. What's next? I thought this was interesting. There's a whole discussion about septum piercings, that goes here. And then, of course, what did this guy
God's
find?
word has jokes or irony. Listen to this. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 22. As a ring of gold in a swine's snout, so is a lovely woman who lacks discretion. Did King Solomon prophesy liberal women in septum ring theory?
I don't know. He said it, not me, but that's interesting, don't you think? So, all right. Calm down, everyone. He's just joking around. All right, what do we got here? What's this one? This one just creeped me out that this was actually a commercial. It's in my head now. Put it in your all head.
We love these songs because they are good to us.
I mean, this is literally a commercial that aired, I think, in the 90s. I mean, that's the equivalent to the stuff I think I produce.
He quiz no subs. They are tasty, they are crunchy, they are warm because they toast them. They got a pepper bar.
Quiznos new Santa.
I don't know. No wonder Quiznos went out of business, right? Oh, you like it, Pearl? Yeah, it's kind of catchy, isn't it? Oh, shoot. Let's see. You like right? It is disturbing. It's funny and disturbing at the same time. So, but somebody greenlighted this. Seriously.
We love these songs because they are good to us.
Did you go there because of this commercial specialist?
They are tasty, they are crunchy, they
I never
are
looked
warm
anywhere.
because they toast them.
I like that they have a pepper bar.
They got a pepper bar.
I don't even know what that is. All right. Enough advertising for Quiznos. But yeah, I had no idea that that existed. So, oh, you remember this one? Oh, shoot. Yeah. That's the stuff of nightmares, I feel. You see that late at night and you go to sleep and those things are going to come after. So, okay. What's next? Yeah, you know what? But they laughed all the way to the bank, didn't they? Even though because they made it. So, and you tried them because of that. Well, see, there you go. So it worked. So nice. Okay. Let's see. Now you're hungry? Oh, I can play my food video. You guys want to do that? Let me know. We'll do that. That'll really make you hungry. I made what did I make? Chili Colorado. Let's see. Video file. What's next? Let me finish these last few files. We got that one, we got that one, we got that one. Oh, this is we'll cover those in a minute. We'll come back to that. Let's see. Timmy. Okay, well, let's get back in. Let me clear some of these tabs. We'll do that. Clickety click. Let's see. What we got here? We're going through the AI stuff. This I thought was hilarious. So this is a Chinese streamer called, I'm not even going to try. Well, I will. Bulo. I don't know. Known as Your Highness. And in 2019, the filter she was using to her live stream glitched. And that's the thing. This is more and more. I mean, this was 2019. Imagine what's going on now. But she lost all kinds of followers.
不会跳别的。忘记开美颜了。开一会儿啊，开一会儿。
That's what she's supposed to look like. So, you tune in because you're going to watch this, and suddenly this lady shows up.
不会跳别的。忘记开美颜了。
At least it was a lady. I mean, a lot of these are
开一
probably
会儿啊，开一会儿。
catfished men, So that was back in 2019. Imagine what's going on now with AI capabilities. And I thought this was hilarious too. So, not this one. What is it? Where'd it go? Did I lose it? Where'd it go? Oh, well. I guess I lost that one. But in any case, this one, this is Meta. Wasn't that that's connected to Zuckerberg's thing, right? Facebook and Meta and all that. And I talked about there was another company that was doing this, but Meta's now patented. And so it's capable of simulating a deceased user's social media activity, including posting, messaging, video and audio interactions, right? So a couple things with that. First of all, I showed there was a commercial, and it showed what they did is they took the mom, the grandma, and they filmed her talking in different positions and speech and different words, and from that AI was able to create a virtual grandma that could talk to the family members long after she's passed away. And so it even had like this little kid that's growing up and now in high school and college, and she's still talking to her grandma virtually on her phone. It's just really creepy. And it's part of the thing that the Bible talks about where they want to, live forever kind of thing. And I feel that a way that Satan's world is all in these, scrying mirrors. And so you can literally live forever by going completely, digital and all that. Whereas if you cut ties with it somehow, we all use them, but God's earth and God's green earth is separate from that. And so they have a patent now for this technology, even though they have no plans to implement it. Yet I just told you at the very beginning of the show that what's his name? Epstein is now, he's using his Fortnite account and he's ordering things off of FedEx. I don't know. Maybe they're already doing it. Maybe he's alive and he's not dead and he's in Valhalla. Oh God, did I just invoke it? Fine. And that's it. I don't want to do this again, but I said it.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
Okay. But yeah, so that's going on. What's this one? Yeah, and now got that whole they took your job thing that used to be the joke on South Park. I've shown, and I'll show again some more about movies and how they're making. I can't. My computer's got hamsters running it, but it's so old. But there are computers that you can do like movies right at your home, kind of thing, and also animation now. And so think about all the people that have studied animation, and now you can do this on a program at home. I mean, it's taking away all the industries, I feel. That's the same as you would see on any kind of animated movie, cartoon, whatever you want to call it. So AI is taking away all these jobs. You got that. Then you've got, I thought this was funny. I saw this today. You can apparently now buy robots. We've lived long enough to where you can buy robots on Amazon. So you got the humanoid robot that looks like Joe Biden walking in sand. And that one's only $18,000 with a free delivery and ships in 4 to 5 weeks. And then you got your robot dog here. You got the least expensive robot dog is $2,590 with free delivery. And then you got your more advanced robot dog, and he's GoPro 2, or this one's Air, and this one's Pro, and that one's $39.90. And then, of course, you got your ultimate Unitree Go to robot dog quadruped robotic for adults embodied AI Go 2X. Anyways, $6,000, but with free delivery, don't forget. And that one you can have between March and April. So there you go. You can buy a robot now. We've lived long enough to buy a robot. Who knew? Joe, you watch those robots get developed at your work? Oh, geez. Did you get one? Did they give you a parting gift of a robot dog? So, yeah. But how much is a robot pigeon? Exactly. That's why we're doomed, 16 Alpha. There was no robot pigeon on that. So, and they are there. I know they are. So here's the one good thing that came out of this. So AMC decided they were going to show an AI short film, and there was an uproar, and they changed their mind. And so they're not going to show it. I just feel this is a temporary setback for AI. Eventually, because with the Netflix deal, eventually I think it's just all going to switch. Think about it. If you get actors and actresses where you're going to have to pay them these crazy salaries or a piece of the movie, and then you have to get, insurance on them, and AI actors, they can bang out movies. AI can write it. They don't have to insure it. They don't have to pay any actors. They can make movies 24/7. They don't have to have it on any kind of schedule. So it's great that this was stopped, but I just feel it's a temporary thing. And but once again, this is what people got together and were able to stop. But nobody got arrested. on this other stuff. So,
and
in this one, we covered movies and TV. We covered music. I covered it a few weeks ago where there was an artist that was hitting like the top 10 charts, completely fabricated, not even a real human musician. And then we showed animation. This guy's on book.
If you go into Amazon, Amazon now limits the number of books that an author can publish on a daily basis to 3. So you can't publish more than 3 books in a single day.
You know what? I'm not sure this is got a CBS thing on it, but basically he says that they're publishing. Maybe I put a different speed. Let's try that. Clickety click. Put it at 1.5.
Clearly, they're not writing these books. These are AI generated novels, and they go online and they sell them for $1 or whatever. So they can turn out this stuff, at an amazing level. Every time I publish a book, as soon as the book is published, there are 3 books that come out. There are companion books to my book that says, "Oh, you don't have to read Baldacci's book. We tell you everything that's in the book right here in a really summarized form, so you can read it in like 30 minutes instead of reading his novel."
So what he's saying, in case I have to cut this out and lose the chat, what he's saying is that, oh, hey, Finn, good to see you. You're tardy. I'm going to have to hit you with the tardy button. But what he's saying is he's a writer and he writes a book, and then immediately AI writes like 2 or 3 different Cliff Note books that tell you what's in his book, so you don't have to read it. And they can produce them so easily and charge nothing for them. So now it's happening in literature too. Let's see. And then you've got ChatGPT, which makes mistakes all the time. Here's a company that used AI, and they found out that AI was just making up data for 3 months. It says, "I've been using an AI agent since November to answer leadership questions about metrics. It seemed amazing at first. Everyone loved it. I just found out it's been hallucinating numbers this entire time." And so they'd made decisions by what AI told him, but he caught up by accident and someone asked him to double check something. And the numbers were from the wrong time periods, the mixed up products, sometimes just completely made up. It explained everything so confidently that no one questioned it. Now we have to review every Q4 decision. Legal is involved. People might get fired. The worst part is I raised concern about needing validation and was told I was slowing down innovation. So we're definitely not at the stage where AI is, if we ever get AI to help us, it's definitely just makes up stuff. It's proven. And then you've got this going back 3 years ago on 4chan. This guy says he's a meta insider working on Project Lazarus, right? There's always named something like that, right? And we're building an AI that can take over deceased person's social media accounts and continue making same thing. So they were working on it 3 years ago and they patented it. So I didn't realize this is the same article. Yeah. But there you go. Let's see. So let's get out that one. What's this one? And I think AI is also creating things like this. I have never heard of this group. You would have thought all the years that I discussed the thing that happened in September that day in New York City, I would have come across this, or at least the gentleman I learned most of my research from, Brian Stavely, used to have a show, and he covered that day incredibly. And he never once mentioned this that I remember, that there's actually a group, a band, that is called I Am the World Trade Center. That's the name of the band. And allegedly, they had on their record, the 11th one on the record, called September. I'm shocked it's not 3 minutes and 33 seconds, but I digress. So the 11th track called September from a group called I Am the World Trade Center. How much of this is just being created as we watch? Just like how much of the files are being created as we watch, right? I mean, the fact that these files contain everything, like I said, you talk about the stock market, and Pam Bondi was saying it, that's in the files. They talk about the stock pandemic's in there. The everything seems to be in there. How much of this is just still created? There's like somebody or an AI computer like banging out news stories saying this is in the files, this is in the files, and then groups like this show up. I never heard of it. I could be completely, miss this one. But yeah, Jasper, you've been saying it too, that some of these files are AI generated. Absolutely. Why couldn't they be? How would we ever know? How would we ever know? George Carlin still posting YouTube content. Yeah, Dr. Humaniel. Yeah, there's an official George Carlin that's still posting content. So, okay. And lastly, oh, wait, not this one. Skip. Let's see. How do we? Oh, I do want to cover that one. What's this one? Here, let's go with this real quick. This is why I feel Hollywood is pretty much done. And, if something does come from the files, well, maybe that's a good thing because, it's all of them, right? And we should get rid of all of them. But look at this. I mean, they can do this on their home computer. I mean, how do you believe anything anymore? Honestly, look at this. Anyways, thought that was pretty interesting. Okay, let's get out of this for a second here. I got to clean up some stuff going on here. So it looks like, where is he? Connor just got here. Good to see you, man. But that means that you're tardy.
I don't feel tardy. I don't feel tardy.
Am I generated? I don't know. Am I real, hon? Of course, she could be fake too. She doesn't know either. You believe everything? I love it. Maybe we should go that way. Maybe just flip the script and completely just believe everything. I like it. Maybe that's the way to go. Oh, right. Don't believe anything, including this. I agree. Okay. Yeah, right. I agree. She says files are AI generated and they're trying to condition us to read and accept whatever they release in the future. Why could that be real? I mean, that happened. Absolutely. So, okay. Yeah, Lisa Dow Jones up, but is it? I think it went back down. I don't know. So, yeah, they're all demons in the machines. Exactly. Yeah, I did talk about this, Finn. Yeah, he was arrested with the bloody. I showed it. You were tardy. You didn't see it, but yes. And we've already done Valhalla twice. I'll have to wait. If we do it again, we'll see. Okay. Where are we at now? Let's go back down. Is the cat AI? Yes, the cat is AI. Let's see. Oh, I do want to show this. I don't think this is a... Here's the thing. If I show something and it turns out that it's some kind of weird copyright thing and they take it down and they make it so you can't see the show, then I have to remove it and then I lose the chat. So I try to make sure that I see the chat because I like to read everything in case I miss something during the show. And in addition to that, for those of you that do get commercials, look, they put commercials on my show anyways because I'm now monetized. It's about, I'd say, a third of the money that I don't make very much, a couple hundred, but it's about a third of that is from ads. And what they do is they put an ad on it like every 5 minutes. And I have to wait for the show to end and then be downloaded into YouTube. And then I can go back in and delete a whole bunch of ad slots. So that's usually, I do that after the show within, say, the first 30 minutes of it airing. So I can't choose on how they do it. I apologize for that. But it does help, again, the bottom line. So. Okay. Yes, but are you real, Jenny? Jenny says she can attest that I'm real, but is she real? So there you go. Jenny's real. Class is not dismissed. What are you doing? I don't want to get rid of the. We got over 200 people here. We're not dismissed. We're not dismissed. Not yet. So, okay. Oh, Sarah? Okay. You know what? We can. Well, let me finish this one. Let me play this thing. As I found this hilarious. Somebody's using AI good. So it's the only way I'll even discuss what's her name again. So apparently Candace Owens is fighting still with Erica Kirk. and somebody produced this. For those of you that had kids around the time I did in the early 2000s, the show Blue's Clues was on. And I ended up watching. I know the song for the mail and stuff because I had to watch a lot of it.
Candace's clues, Candace's clues. No one can fool her, not even the Jews. It's Candace's clues.
I didn't know that was
Clues.
Can you guys help me find Blue?
We see
Yes,
that.
yes.
You
He's
see
over
him?
here,
Where?
up there, in the
Behind
picture.
you.
I'm playing along.
Blue Skidoo?
Yeah.
We can too.
You're supposed to find Blue with clues.
You know, Charlie was so excited to do what he has been doing for nearly a decade. And so to help him sleep, I told him to sleep in a child's bed.
A clue, a clue.
You see a clue?
Yes, I do. It's right here.
Good job.
Thank you.
But we still haven't found Blue.
Oh, no.
Let's keep searching.
All right, I'm on board.
Then in the morning, he came in to grab his ring that he had taken off because our marriage is on the rocks.
Oh, no.
A clue, a clue.
That is a clue.
You see a clue?
I do.
Good job. But we still haven't found Blue. Let's keep searching.
Okay, I'm on board. Oh, I showed this one last week.
A clue, a clue.
She took down their wedding
see a
photo
clue?
and put up the Constitution or something.
Good job. But we still haven't found Blue.
And she said that it was so her kid could see it better. So she's allegedly put it on a lower shelf that we can't see. Well, why would you do that? Isn't there another photo? You only have one photo of Charlie in your house and you got to move it. Yeah, you don't like Erica. You know, it's funny. They had that halftime show and she was nowhere to be found on that, right?
Let's keep searching. The night before, we had a priest come over and pray over our failing marriage.
Oh, geez,
because
that doesn't sound good.
despite me being evil, Charlie had faith.
Did she really say that? It
You
might
see a
be
clue?
AI punked here.
Good job. We did it. We found Blue.
Oh, there he
Let's
is.
head to the thinking chair.
Oh, yeah. We got to go to the thinking chair.
Now, let's check our handy dandy notebook and compile our clues
Yeah,
to see what Blue
okay.
was trying to tell us.
What do we got?
1, they weren't sleeping in the same bed. 2,
Okay.
he took off his ring.
Got it.
3, he took down their photo. And 4,
Right.
a priest prayed over their failing marriage.
Yeah, yeah.
So when we put all these clues
What do we get?
together, what does it tell us?
The clues tell us that Tyler Robinson shot Charlie.
No, you're a idiot. Blue, get him.
Oh, no. I don't remember that happening on the show. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Thought that was fun. So, okay. Let's clear that. So there you go. Right? That's pretty good. Shoot, yeah. Oh, too much. Okay, good. I'm glad everybody liked it. Sweet. Okay, let's get back down to, yeah, you like that? Good. Nice. Okay, people. What do we got left? We've got space news. We've got Sarah, and then a little spiritual talk here too. So let's see. Where should we go? You watch? I did watch that too. This is when my kids were young. That was Blue's Clues. It's the mail that never fails. It makes me want to yell and wail. Yeah, whatever. They did bring back childhood memories, except for the part where Blue, she sicked Blue on the kids, and that never happened, at least that I know of. So, yes, we are in a crazy script. And thank you. Yes, it was sent to me, sent to me by a listener. So I love it, but I don't know. There, that's kind of what it looks like. So you can see. There you go. Okay, almost done with the coffee. That's the last bit of it. There we go. Now go to water. Okay. What's next? Well, let's get rid of the space news. Why don't we do that? Let's cover our scary space news.
This week in scary space news.
Okay. Oops. There we go. So they had a ring of fire going around, apparently, allegedly. I didn't see it. I saw it on TV. There it is on TV. So they got a ring of fire going around. Mostly, I guess, Antarctica. Good, cool story, bro. And what else? You're seeing the first photograph of another solar system with multiple planets with the sun as a star. So there you go. You can't argue with that. That there's a real photo image, which could be a drawing. Could be our animation. No, it's real. Just like there's a Tesla in space. Yeah, the Indian landing on the moon was pretty intense. That's a good one. And then again, they post these things. This is scary space news. That the sun expand its opening 500,000 plus miles across, facing Earth, and it's not a flare. It's a magnetic corridor streaming high speed solar winds. They make all this up. That's not a real picture. And whatever this is happening on the sun, if there is something going on, they don't know what it's doing. They don't know what causes it. They don't know what effect it has. You know, instantly everyone that like studies the sun says, oh, there's a solar flare and it's going to mess with the internet. How do you know? Like, what school do you go to learn what the magnetic flares or solar flares do to the Earth, other than listening to people like NASA and other liars? And you're going to, oh, well, they're not lying to us about the sun, but they're lying to us about the moon and the landing, right? And they're not lying to us about, it doesn't make any sense. A liar's a liar. Once you've proven their lies, then it's all a lie. I don't buy any of this stuff. Looks like a fetus. Yeah, I can kind of see it. It's like a Rorschach test. But it's a whale. Now everyone's seeing everything. And Trish sees bull crap. So, yeah. Yeah, right. You know it's real because it looks so fake. Exactly. Looks like a sigil. So, anyways, so that's happening. Coming soon to a theater near you, you know, the Earth. So, like a dragon. Yin Yang. Boy, everyone's seeing everything. Mortal Kombat. You get a little bit of everything in this one. So, all right. What's next? Just like this. First of all, the James Webb Telescope confirms there's something seriously wrong about our understanding of the universe and reveals unknown physics exist. Well, this is exactly what they showed if you're watching that stupid Stranger Things. This is what they showed as this is our world and this is another world. And so suddenly everything is like mimicking Stranger Things. I mean, this is all made up. They have no idea what's going on. Read the book of Job. That'll tell everything you need to know as far as people don't know what's going on. But this is all just animation, cartoon, AI, whatever. And they're telling you this is what the James Webb Telescope says our Earth looks like now. Give me a break. The White House Director of Science and Technology Policy, Michael Gratsios, stated that the U.S. technologies can now manipulate time and space. Come with me if you want to live, right? This is where in the Terminator subjects now, right? How is this out there and nobody's talking about it? He literally said they can manipulate time and space. Instead, we'd rather talk about Nancy Guthrie and have helicopters find her mother's pacemaker. What's this? Real sad reporting that happened. The last message sent by Opportunity rover, that's the one on Mars, allegedly. I think it's in Devon Island, but in any case, before losing contact with Earth and shutting down forever, it was expected to survive only 90 days, but just like Matt Damon, it stayed on the red planet for nearly 15 years. Sent 225 million miles from Earth. The last words will forever be remembered. Where'd they go? Oh, here it is. My battery is low and it's getting dark. Johnny Five's alive. Nope, not longer. Johnny Five is dead on arrival. So, and they had a whole story about this too. They have everything orange, and now they're changing it. They've admitted that they purposely changed the color of this to orange, and the new Mars pictures and stuff are looking more, I don't know, just like kind of a dark turquoise or something. It's really weird. But the last words were, where did they go? The last words were, I'm on Devon Island, save me. That's what it probably had said. We lost Wally. Yeah. So good luck, have fun, and don't die. Okay, that is a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and the answer is 42. How'd I do? Who was that? Joy. No. Who said that? Somewhere in there. It's going by so fast. Gabby. Yes. Right? Am I right? Isn't that I think that's what that reference was. Let's see. And this is going to be interesting to see. If your skies are clear, if they haven't sprayed it, on the 28th of this month, you're supposed to see all these 6 planets in the sky. Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, with the naked eye. And then you can see Uranus, giggity, and Neptune, if it's really dark. So you can only see Uranus in a dark place. Yes, thank you for the fish. So I was right. That is what that is. So, okay. Well, that's a pretty good joke, I think. You only see Uranus in a dark place. Where's the guy? Hopefully you'll have clear skies and you get to see it. That would be kind of fun to see, I would think. All right, what's next? What is this? Oh, yeah. So Dragon locked with the space station, and they sent us this to prove it. Looked like a toilet bowl for me at first, but no, this is a window, apparently. The Dragon connected to the ISS, allegedly. I think Sandra Bullock's up there somewhere, too. Anyways, enough of that. How do I get out of this? There we go. Oh, hi, Kitty. Oh, that's right. I got to showcase you tonight. We'll do that after this. She just walked by again. And one of my fans, I think in Australia, good eye, sent me this, that NASA's now, they said they were going to do it in February. And then, of course, they had issues of always. They always have issues. So now they're looking at March to send humans back around the moon. Not to the moon. We're just going to circle it, I guess. So we'll see. March 6th or 7th. We'll see what happens. But I did find it funny that, oh, wait, it's not there. Hang on a second. Talk amongst yourselves. I got to pull this clip down here that didn't make it. Clickety click. Where are we at here? Yeah, here it is. Okay, we got that. And while we're at it, let me grab this one too. Because I was right. Whoops. I like being right. And where's the last one? This one. Okay. So we'll start with, go here, clickety click, here, and here. We'll start with this because this is what we were talking about. So check this out. You just saw that article, Where to Go on Space News. It's this one. And it says that we're supposed to be going March 6th. But this guy, Dave Navarro, he was with a band called Alice in Chains. And he posted this on his account. I think they said it was in 2024. Oh, yeah, right there. August 2024. Of course, he's got, all the signs. He's got, the pentagram and whatever. So we know who he's working for. He says, thanks to my pals, whoever this is, for coming out to see us. We talked about some things tonight that I'd love to share, but I'm afraid it's still classified. All I can say is you may not want to make any plans March 3rd, 2026. Isn't that interesting? And he's talking about aliens. He's got a little spaceship there. And here we are, in heading towards March, and they're talking about aliens. So I thought that was interesting. And this is Bill Clinton when he made this speech in 97, the moratorium of cloning.
I'm asking for a voluntary moratorium.
And it was voluntary. So even if they were going to do it, which we know they weren't, he said it was voluntary. So that goes back to you can insert that later into the earlier show about cloning. And then for those of you still dealing with weather, Joe Biden in his day, he said that as part of the government response, we're going to increase the number and intensity of extreme weather events.
Response. And that response is to increase the number and intensity of the extreme weather events and be wary we're going to use all the resources available in the government to do it.
Look at this guy. Like, is anyone else realizing he's saying the quiet part out loud? So, all right. So that happened. Let's go back to where were we? We were here. Going to the moon. And what's this one? I've shown this before, but isn't that something? That supposedly this is Saturn, and there's an actual hexagon. Like they keep changing the cartoons. And now Saturn has a hexagon in the clouds. So you got that going for you. And then the last one here is this is allegedly real footage of the moon, as they say. There you go. How can you argue with that? So here we are. We're on the moon. Whoever this was landing on the moon. Looks like the Indian one, but the Indian one was ridiculous. Looked like a cartoon. So there we go. That must be Earth, I guess. But isn't it interesting? Sometimes there's tons of stars and sometimes there's no stars. Where are all the stars? It's too bright, I guess. Where'd all the stars go? They can't keep their own lies straight. So, all right. Enough of that. Let's get back out of here. Okay. Is everyone doing good? Hopefully you're finding the show entertaining.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
And if you are, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, all those buttons. Hit them all. Get them all. Get them, need them, got them. Because the only way we're going to get through this is by learning. Okay. What's next? Okay. Oh, we were going to do the Sarah video. We'll do the Sarah video. That's what we'll do. Okay. Yeah, where's all the junk that left up there? Exactly. Yeah, the Gallica Indian rocket. Yeah, that thing was something, wasn't it? What was that? Indian lunar lander. Let's see if that's. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Clickety click. Look at this. That's what they said it was. Like that's supposed to be real. Where's the landing? And this is the Prime Minister of India. He's so excited.
Here to encourage us. And he is critically looking at the visuals.
We've completely hit the idiocracy level, right? Where they could just show anything. just anything they'll play, and we accept it. We eat it up.
जी हाँ, आप अपने स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं लैंडर मॉड्यूल.
So that really happened, allegedly. So there's that. Okay. Thanks for reminding me on that one, Jenny. Yeah, that rocket. Something else. Okay. Yes. Whoops. He's with yeah, exactly. Yes, we're doomed. Doomed. So, all right. Okay, what are we doing here? Oh, you want to watch the Sarah video? Let's do that. Gotta get that in there. So it's only a few minutes long. All right, where is it? It's in here somewhere. Clickety click. Oops. Not that one. It's this one. It's that one. There we go.
The ceiling fans are very attractive.
So we're making chili Colorado.
Chile Colorado.
I took apart 4 different types of peppers, took the seeds out, and now I've got them in a chicken broth that is slowly defusing them.
KA infusers, decarboxylators.
One of the two. And making a soup kind of thing that we'll add to it. And roasting a tomato.
Oh, you're sizzling.
I'm going to mince some garlic and chop up an onion. So now I've got the peppers, the stewed tomatoes going into a blender, and we'll blend it all up. So we thawed the meat, now we're going to cook the meat. Cast iron. So we got the meat cooking, got the onions diced. I'm about to use this wonderful gift that was sent to us to press the garlic. Oh, and we've finished our sauce. It's looking good.
I can hardly wait!
Wonderful little invention. Just put a clove of garlic in it. Close it down. Garlic. Love it. Alright, so we're going to take the meat off. We're going to cook the onions and the garlic. Alright, I added some extra spices. Now we're going to add that back into the meat. Alright, so that's all mixed in there. We're going to add this sauce and mix it all together.
Here we go.
And now we play the waiting game.
A few moments later.
Now I'm going to take some leftover rice and turn it into Mexican rice, I hope. Okay, so that's done. We've got some refried beans. The rice is done. Didn't make the homemade tortillas, but this will work. Dinner's ready.
Let's eat.
So there we go. We got our beans and cheese and some rice, and our chili Colorado and a tortilla. Can't wait. Bon appetit.
It's time for Ceiling Fan Man and Sarah, and kisses and tacos.
Here, remember? We had tacos.
I'm a Black Panther now.
我的螳螂拳，你见识过？螳螂拳只有一形，让你见识见识少林的十形拳。一样是少林学艺。
Satellite tracking continues.
Has my mic been muted the whole time? No. Yes, muted. Yeah, no sound. I don't know when I came back. So I was like talking about all these different things and nobody could hear me. My wife can hear me because she gets a different show. So sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, I see it now. No audio, no sound, no sound. I'm sorry. All right, I apologize. But yeah, what was I saying? I don't know if I can even find the chat's flying. I can't even see if I can find what I was telling you. But the meat milkshake, I saw that one. That was the sauce. So and you're afraid about the you're afraid about the cat when I said I was doing a cooking video. She always appears at the end. So don't worry. Why did they tell me Sticks of TNT? Because that'd be a horrible show if I just do the rest of it muted. So, oh, now Trish wants you to hit the like after I just did 5 minutes unmuted. It's nice. Oh, good. It was a see, and I'm old enough. Where to go? I'm old enough to know what that means. Like, does anybody even know who Marcel Marceau is? Wasn't there two? He had his name twice, right? And then if you really want to go do a deep dive, Edward, then you got the movie Silent Movie. I don't even know if it's a good movie anymore. When I was a kid, I thought it was funny. And the only word ushered in it is supposedly the only time that Marcel Marceau spoke. So there's that. In case you get on stupid trivia talk show or something. Yeah, Silent Movie. So you know Silent Movie. So, hey, Tommy, good to see you. Love you too. Did you just get here? Guy is an amazing musician. He's probably doing a gig. But he's late now, so as long as you don't feel tardy, Tommy.
I don't feel tardy.
But he's here now, so.
And so here we are.
Haven't played that one in forever. So, all right. What's next? Where were we? We were doing something here. We just played Sarah. That's right. And then I talked to everyone muted for a while. So let's see. What do we got here? Get some white gloves and then move my hands. So, you remember that movie too? Yeah. It was, you know what? I'm going to have to revisit it because I only saw it as a kid. I wonder if it's funny anymore. We'll see. All right. Well, let me get, go up there. Clickety click. I did want to mention some stuff here. Because there is a thing going on. Besides this show, hopefully it's entertaining. The only reason I'm doing it is because God put it in my heart to talk to you all. And to try to break you out of the matrix by making fun of it. And it makes fun of itself. I just point it out and show you how ridiculous it sounds. Does she like catnip? No, we've tried. She's not big on that, is she, Jeannie? I thought you did because you had some in the yard. No, she hasn't. I'll let you know. We haven't actually tried the catnip thing. So, but yeah, God put it in my heart the things that I was understanding and experiencing. I couldn't keep to myself, and so I turned this thing on and I started doing it. And just like he says, I got hated. Family and friends and have walked away, and I understand. They don't see the world the way I do, but I didn't either. That's the wild thing. It's like I can understand their feeling, calling me or thinking thinking this about me.
I don't feel tardy.
I don't feel it, but I can understand it because when I was on the other side of this, that's the way I saw it too. And I'll never forget this. Those of you that maybe know my journey is my wife and I had both had a moment where we both weren't working for like the first time in our life since we were like 10 years old. And we both had time off at the same time. And we started seeing the lies of the television of the news and stuff. And so we started watching more online stuff. And that's how the first thing we saw, I think that, I think one of the things that hit me really hard, first off, was Mandela effect. That one freaked me out. But now I understand it. I understand why it's happening, who's doing it, and how. And the answer is it's all under God's control. So it doesn't matter who's doing it, how it's happening, and what we can take away from is it's reminding us we live in a spiritual, as they want to say, supernatural world that they try to tell you it's only in movies and TV. Like we accept it every day of the week in movies and TV, but it can't possibly be real life. So to me, that's what the Mandela effect is. But that one really hit me hard. And then, of course, finding out the lies of the world, like I said, from Brian, mostly about, what happened in September. And then you just go on from there with Operation Mockingbird and you figure it all out. I think there was Crow and RV Truth or whatever. They were all involved in that process. And then you get to, I'll never forget it. My wife and I were like really looking into everything. And I kept saying, it keeps going back to a battle of good and evil, God and Satan. Don't read the Bible. And so, of course, first off, I decided that's what I want to do because everyone tells me not to do something. Remember, I told you I'm Gen X Aries, so I'm going to do what you tell me not to do. And then in addition to that, I kept in my feed, this is back when YouTube actually used to recommend things. And it kept in my feed flat earth videos. And it's like we would believe in anything, like there's the orange giant that the Marines knocked out, I think, in Antarctica, and and there's dogmen and Sasquatch and all. We had it all going on. And then I finally said, fine, I want to see what all these tardy flat earth videos.
I don't feel tardy.
Wanted to see what they had to say because I wanted to laugh at them. And I'll never forget it. It was like, I think like a 20-minute video or so. And my breath was taken away. And two things had happened. I was convinced they were not flying through space and that we're on a stationary plane of some existence. There's depth to it. There's shale and things underneath us, obviously. But we're encased in a dome. We're not going anywhere. The Bible states that we're on pillars. It's stationary and it's protected by a firmament. That's good enough for me because I don't see any other descriptions of where we live other than coming from NASA. And we can prove every day of the week they're lying to us on things. And so the last thing I wanted to do was believe in that. Flat Earth, it was called. And my wife woke up because I was up early that morning. And I said, you know what? I don't know how to tell you this. Like, I really felt I should have come up with some other story, other than this. This was the worst thing I could think of. Excuse me. Was to tell her that I was believing in flat Earth. And I'll never forget it because when I said it to her, I said, hon, I think I believe in flat Earth and there's a video I want you to watch. And she was so sweet, but her face, you could just see she was deflated. Like, oh no, he's really lost at this point. And I don't blame her because, again, that's what's shocking to me is when people that don't see it this way, we were like that. And I understand the feeling. And that's why we have to be patient, is because God's waiting for more people to see through all this. And maybe whatever these files are is going to help. It seems to, on some level, no matter what evil comes out, there's some way that God can use it for good. And so once, she converted, I guess is what you'd say. We've pretty much been on board on everything that we've seen, and we've seen some amazing things. And so all of those are pieces of the puzzle. Don't get stuck on any one particular subject because you're going to level out. You're going to gatekeep yourself. Everyone's worried about gatekeepers. You'll do it yourself. You're going to level out. Oh, I don't even want to do that. But what you need to do is say, okay, if we live on a flat plane, why? Why did they lie to us? If NASA has been lying to us about all their whatever spaceships, moon landings and stuff, why? What was the purpose of it? It's not just for them to steal money from us. They print their own money, it doesn't matter. And so, what's the Mandela effect? Why is it happening? Well, again, all these things, lies of the world and everything, all these things buildings and the, what do you call it, where we don't know how they built the buildings and we don't know how they got destroyed and how there's just levels underneath, and some of them look like they've been overheated and melted. That's the way they look to me. And some look like giant trees, and there's all this stuff that we're seeing. You can't get stuck in any one subject. It's okay to go into multiple subjects, but you've got to stop and finally do the last thing and say, why? Why was this hidden? Why was this hidden? Why are all these things being hidden? And to me, the only answer is to hide the existence of God. I've said many times, the devil's not trying to hide himself. We're in the little season, I believe.
Sorry. Pizza.
Which means he's been released. And so movies and TV and every kind of media, I mean, the Olympics, they lit, I think this year, like a pentagram on fire and stuff. I mean, there's just been constant references to the devil. It's constant. People believe evil exists. All you have to do is turn on the news and listen to what's going on and what country's being bombed and what horrific thing is happening. Or they quote files and all the horrific things going on in that. There has to be evil. There has to be a devil. There has to be Satan. It's provable by the information they're giving us. But you can't have a negative battery without a positive. But what Satan's trick is not that you don't believe in him. Satan's trick, and this is a Ceiling Fan quote, is that you believe in the devil, but not in the existence of God. Right? That's his trick. Because the whole reason all these things are being hidden from you is for that exact reason. Nothing else makes sense. You can't, nothing else connects at the very end of this, And where was this? Oh, and we're an electrical being of some level. Everyone, science agrees with that. Atoms are put together and we have this electrical, processes. I think I have, where's that one? Let me grab this. I find this fascinating. They've always told us that the heart is a pump that squishes blood. And it's never sounded right to me that it goes all the way through your body into the tiniest little veins and stuff. When if we are an electrical being of some type, oops. Oh, can you still see me? Where'd he go? I'll go down there. This makes way much more sense to me. And I've seen this many times before over the years, but this was a pretty succinct, quick one, so I thought I'd use it.
Let me just read this because I think it's actually probably one of the best descriptions of the heart that I've ever run across. They taught you the heart was just a glorified meat pump.
And before we get too far into this, I want to make sure that you realize I'm just an entertainer. I'm not a doctor. Listen to your doctor and all that stuff. Okay. Follow your doctor's advice, CDC, FBI, ABC, all the 3-letter ones. Go for them all. Don't listen to me, but I digress.
Squeezes and you, the heart was just a glorified meat pump, that it squeezes and pushes blood like some crude mechanical device, a hydraulic engine made of flesh. That is what they want you to believe. Because if you buy into that primitive lie, you never ask deeper questions. But it is false. It has always been false. And the real science proves it. Dr. Francesco Torrenguas, a Spanish cardiac researcher, discovered what the textbooks refuse to acknowledge, that the heart is not a pump. He dissected thousands of hearts and found that the heart is a single continuous muscle band folded into a spiral. He proved that the heart works like a vortex generator, creating suction and torque, not pressure. He called it the helical ventricular myocardial band, and it changes everything. The real movement of the blood comes from pressure differentials, electromagnetic flow, and coherent resonance. The blood spirals naturally. It need not be forced through miles of arteries and capillaries. The so-called pump
And again, to me, this makes way more sense. But could he be completely wrong and me be completely wrong? Absolutely.
Is not strong enough to push thick fluid through 60,000 miles of tubing. That is basic physics. That lie was dead on arrival. Here is the truth. Blood moves before the heart forms in the embryo.
Did you know that? So how does blood flowing in the embryo before there's an actual heart pumping it, if there was a big pump, like they say? Found that interesting.
Moves before the heart forms in the embryo. That is, by the way, a documented fact. It flows via frequency, resonance, and electric charge. The body is a field, not a factory. Your heart creates a toroidal electromagnetic field that radiates 6 meters from the body. This field syncs with the earth.
You remember when they wanted us to keep 6 feet away from each other? Because when you give a hug, think about that. If we are electrical beings, there's two hearts getting close to each other. Isn't that something? I've always said this. And as far as the in the chat, preterism and what season we're in, I can go over that another show. I've talked about it a lot, but I don't mind discussing it ever, because we're at the end of the day, we're all brothers and sisters in Christ waiting for his return. So it doesn't matter where you think you're in the book. So I'm glad you're here. But yeah, and I don't go by any labels. But think about that. So you got two hearts touching each other, and that's what they wanted to stop, right? And they separated everybody, make them all alone. But yeah, that's it's interesting how far it needs. I've said that, yeah. Oh, and that's sorry. I wish I could hug you. Here's a virtual hug, because I've said that's the one thing you can't do for yourself, right? You can put your arms around there, but it doesn't feel the same. That's really the only thing that that feels that way, and you need two people, two consenting adults. But yeah. All right, let's finish this up.
Earth, the sun, and every living being around you. It is a resonator, a tuner, a conductor. It aligns the rhythm of your cells. It feels, it remembers, it emits, and it responds to emotion, thought, light, sound, and breath. When you feel love, grief, fear, or peace, your heart transmits it. It is the central frequency modulator of your biology, not a pump. And the institutions know this. The Heart Math Institute has measured these fields for decades. They know the heart has more neuronal cells than parts of the brain. They know it is a second brain. They know coherence in the heart transforms the entire nervous system. So why are they still teaching children a 400-year-old guess from William Harvey that has never been updated?
So there you go. I find that fascinating. And think of it this way, too. He said that the heart is like the second brain. And a couple things I've been finding in my later years, and don't get me wrong, Jeannie and I have had wonderful lives and raised all these beautiful children and are enjoying ourselves. But in the last, say, 10 years, I've been thinking more just with my heart than my actual brain, especially since I've been reading the Bible, because, God even talks about that, and eventually that's why I think the Mandela effect comes in, is that, if the words in the book get altered, if you believe in that, just go with it. The word of God didn't change because he says it'll be written in your heart. So he's saying that we're going to get it to where we feel the Bible and it'll be written in our heart, which, if that's our second brain, I find the more that I go with my heart and my gut, the decisions I'm making are even more amazing than they have been in the rest of my life.
That's very true.
No, I should go with this one.
Now, who can argue with that? Reverend.
So yeah, so that's the way I see that, and then I find that fascinating that this is like I said, it's if we're an electrical being, that all makes sense, because the whole idea of this pump squeezing blood down to the tiniest veins in your toes just, again, never really made sense to me. And he even said on physics level it doesn't work. So So now going back to your brain. So when they want to try to like MK Ultra or whatever, they go for the brain, right? They don't go for the heart, which is the other brain, the one that God tells you to don't, to listen to. They go for this one, which can override the machinery of yourself, right? And to prove how powerful the power of the mind is, because I've talked about this before. I've gotten rid of my back and neck pain. It's gone. And how did I do it? Not so hocus pocus thing. I read this book. You can buy it on Amazon. It's cheap. Dr. Sarno's how to what is it? How to get rid of back pain. And I got it, and then I didn't read it, and then I was going through so much pain I just said, whatever, I'll try it. And I started basically learning. Here's in a nutshell what it teaches you is that when you feel something, like if I get touched right on my hand, let me stop this so I can talk to you. If someone touches me on the hand, it's a nerve ending that sends an electrical signal that goes up to my brain that says, hey, you got touched there. And it's the same thing. If you go into exercise, after a while, you could potentially tear your muscles and stuff if you've overdone it. So your body loses the oxygen in the muscles, and it fills in lactic acid. Like that, your brain triggers it saying, okay, release the lactic acid. And what does that do? It makes everything hurt. And so you stop, and then you give it some time to heal, and then you can go farther and stronger, but you're training your body as you do it. And so knowing that the lactic acid gets released because your brain tells it to, when you have things in your life that just seem overwhelming, there's one thing or multiple things that are overwhelming you to where your mind is ready to have a breakdown. They call it red herring. You've heard that. What it does is you wake up the next morning and you say, oh, I slept wrong. Like you can do that. You slept your entire life, but somehow you messed it up last night and you got a kink in your neck, or your back went out, or whatever. I bent down and I sneezed and my back's out now. And so I'm not saying you can't actually have injuries, but when there's an ache and you don't know how it happened, your brain has created it, because now that's all you can think about. It's kind of like if you compare it to the files. Hey, we want to see the files. How about the Dow? No, we want to see the files. How about aliens are coming? It's to get your mind off the thing that it's overwhelming to you. And so your brain produces this, it's science, is this lactic acid into your system, and suddenly your back's out or your neck's out or whatever. And so what you learn from reading this book is you have to train yourself. If you know that your own brain is creating the pain, then the same brain can remove it. It's not easy to do. I still have failures on other things, but the back pain and the neck pain is gone. I had constant up here. I can feel it right now talking about it, but it was gone. It's gone. And there's no trick to it. Everyone that's listening, if you go into it with faith and know that it'll help. Which is interesting, because when I do read the scriptures, every time so far that I've found, when Jesus healed someone, they healed themselves through their own faith. This is Mark 9. You go down to verse 23. Jesus said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And this is a story about a guy. It's right after Jesus had his transfiguration, if that's how you say it. And he goes back into town, and there's a bunch of people arguing. And they're like, what's up? And they said, well, this guy had demons, his son had demons, and we couldn't cast him out. And that's when he mentions one of those famous lines, oh, faithless generation, how long will I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Like, Jesus says that all the time. He gets fed up with us because he does all these things and he teaches us all these things, and then we forget and disbelief. And he's walking with them. He's some of the disciples, right? Peter's walking on the water, and he's like, suddenly looks down and then starts to fall because we lose faith. It's just human. What I find fascinating is the next sentence. So this guy, he said that they couldn't get rid of him. So Jesus says, if you believe, all things are possible. If you believe that Jesus is God and God is real, and you believe these things can happen. If you believe Jesus can touch you, or even just be in that room and say you're healed, it'll happen. Your faith heals them. And straight away the father to child cries out and says with tears, Lord, I believe. But then he says, help thou mine unbelief. Well, that's an interesting paradox, because he's saying, I believe, but help me with my unbelief. How's that possible? I deal with it every day. I've seen enough now to know God is real, and he's right here right now, and he's listening to me, and he's known me my whole life, and I didn't realize he's there. And I see the blessings, and I see all the things. I get it all now. So I do this show. At the same time, this guy says, help thou mine unbelief. In other words, he knows that Christ has the power to do these things, but he also knows that he's weak in his beliefs. Just like Jesus said here, where he's like, how long do I need to suffer? Because we're all this way. So even though I've seen amazing things and things have happened that 100%, you can't unconvince me he's real, I still lose faith in why didn't that work out? And why can't I get this prayer answered? And it's a tough struggle, just like this guy says. So he says, I believe you can do it, and help me with my unbelief. It's a wonderful sentence. I mean, you could spend a whole lot of time just on that. And of course, it works. Why? Because he had faith it would work. And then here, that was in Mark. This is Philippians 4. Now, that book, Mark, was written by a friend of Paul's, apparently, so the story goes. And this book was written by Paul, and he was in prison, they believe at the time. So if he's in prison and the other guy is not hanging around with him, it's interesting they come up with the exact same idea. Because here you go to Philippians 4, you go down to verse 13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. So it's the same sentence to me. I can do everything through Christ. I believe you, but at the same time, help me with my unbelief. Christ needs to strengthen me with my unbelief. Isn't that fascinating? And the people don't want to listen to the Bible, but here's two different people in two different places, and somehow they write the same thing. To me, I thought that was pretty cool. But how, as far as the back pain thing, how does your mind work? Look at this. This actually happened. So participants were rubbed with poison ivy and told it was harmless. 15% developed a rash, which, okay, but some still did, right? But here's the wild one. In one study, participants were rubbed with a harmless maple leaf and told it was poison ivy. 100% of them developed the rash. The placebo effect occurs when the brain responds to an imagined scene the same way it responds to an actual scene. So, going back to this, tying it all together. The brain, the mind, controls the body and what happens to it. If you can control your mind to help you with your pain, then on some level you'll figure out, I haven't gotten there, but I'm working on it. If you use your faith that Jesus can heal this or that, or God can make this thing happen for you, if you have faith in it, it works. And go back through the scriptures, and every time Jesus heals someone, he said they did it through their faith. When the gal touches his cloak because she had an issue of blood, he tells her faith healed her. When the guy's trying to get in the water, but he can't, nobody will take him in the water that's supposed to heal him, he tells him to get up and walk because his faith has healed him. He always says that it's their own faith through his power has healed them. And I talked about this, a long time ago. There's a movie called Fright Night. I loved it. It's in the 80s. And the guy takes a cross at the main vampire, and he laughs, and he crumbles it. And he says, you have to have faith for that to work. And that's the same idea. You can pray all you want, but if you don't believe that God is real, if you don't believe in Jesus' power to heal, how's that going to work? You're going to sink in the water like Peter did. And so if you can wrap this together, your mind can control your body, and your faith can heal you through the power of Jesus. All right.
Now, who can argue with that? Reverend!
All right. So that's it. It's 2.5+ hours. You got a Sarah video in there. You got some food. You got some homework to look into. And if I missed anything, I'm going to go through the chat. If I missed anything, send me an email, ceilingfanman2020@gmail.com, and write me a snail mail. Look on the description. It has an address you can write to if you want to do that. It's always nice to hear from people. And as far as email, just so you know, I'm having issues. It's a Gmail account, but I had a email that came to me that was written like 3 days ago and just showed up in my inbox. And then there was some really nice person that wrote me a real touching story, and I wrote back, and then it said it didn't go through. So I clicked it a couple times, and then it said I think I sent it to like 3 times. So if that's you, just I hope everything's well, and I wanted to thank you for your email. So okay, and other than that, thank you to my members, my Patreons, anybody that supports me in all those different ways. I really appreciate it. And thank you for showing up here and enjoying the show. And if you liked it, if you were, where is he? If you were,
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
And hit that like button, the share button, the subscribe, all that stuff. So thank you for my members too, and my Patreons have been with me forever. Okay, so having said that, I think we're good. So I just want to again ask the good Lord, please, Father, watch over us and guide us through these times. Give us the patience, but protect us from harm as we wait for those of us that are not quite there yet, as our loved ones and family and friends, and for everyone that you want for us to reach and wait for them so that they can all come home with us to the glorious kingdom that we're waiting for. And God bless you. Thank you for our blessings and all the wonderful things that you've done for us and are doing for us right now. And please watch over those of us that are hurting, those of us that are lonely, and those of us that need healing. I ask that you send the Holy Spirit to comfort those people and all of us, and watch over our loved ones and our family members until we can help them find you, so that way they can feel the joy that we can feel in our hearts. And I thank you for the blessing that I can do this show and reach people that I might never meet. And thank you for sending me all these wonderful people. I have a wonderful, beautiful chat, and I appreciate every one of you. So thank you very much. God bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. That was kind of all over the place there, but I do mean all that. So wonderful that y'all come here. And with God's blessing, let's do this again. Fridays keep coming pretty fast. So we'll do this again next Friday night. Same bad time, same bad channel. Check your local listings. And with that, he says this with a knife in his leg.
Class is dismissed.
Okay. Have a wonderful, glorious weekend. God bless you all, and we'll see you again soon. Good night.
I'm the satellite.
500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat.
Satellite transfer complete.